All right, guys. So, yes, the leaves will sink down. I know a few people said, don't you know the leaves are going to sink down? They will. Because let me show you. In this garden here, garden bed here that I made, the brick garden bed, it has sunk down quite a bit, actually. And I had it full to the top with soil. It was sticks, tons of leaves, and then soil, and it was packed almost to the top, maybe to about here. But that's where it's at now. So it dropped probably about 5 inches, I would say. So I am packing this very tight. Down here was already branches, sticks, and leaves, and then I put a layer of thick soil, probably about 3 inches of soil, and then I had some more space at the top. So this will sink down, right? It's probably going to be a while, but it will sink down probably in a couple of months. But what I am going to do, I'm going to top it off with some soil, so it's all the way to the top, all the way to the very, very rim, right? So my blower stopped working. I sucked up a tree branch, or a thick tree limb, tree branch, and it started smoking. So maybe it just needs rest, but it's out of commission for now. So I've just been using the wheelbarrow instead of my bag for my blower. But I am gonna put another layer on top of this. One thing with the leaves, it does have, I know it's good for the soil, you know, underneath and all that, and it helps you fill the raised beds, but it has just little weeds and things like that, and I pick out as much as I can. Will I have to weed my garden? Possibly. I did not do this the last time, but I'm also just trying to, it's going to be really great because it did get really good. Now this soil here is from my potato bin. So this soil was compacted in here. You know, it's really good. It was actually it was a couple worms in here. Real worms this time, y'all, in here. So over time it does get good. So I'm not gonna put this on top, but down there, but I am gonna put some, I have some topsoil I'm gonna put on top of this. So that way, anything that will possibly grow, it's gonna have a little while before it starts sprouting and like growing any type of weeds or grass or whatever that in here. But I think this is a fantastic start. So this, this is really long. I've never grown one this big before. These are growing really great. This is the cantaloupe. And I replanted this from, this is celery. I replanted celery from just store-bought celery. I cut it off maybe a little bit and then planted it in the ground, and it's growing. This is the watermelon. It's growing really good too. Either way, that's what today is. Today is getting up the leaves and putting it in here. That's all I'm doing. I think that these leaves here will go until here. So that's all as far as I'm doing right here for these leaves, because, well, I'm gonna dump this, but after I dump this, I'm gonna go and get a few more boxes, lay them down in here. Then I'm gonna do a thin layer of the leaves, very thin layer, maybe about this much, maybe 2 inches of thick of layer. And then after I do that, I'm going to go get soil and just put bags and bags of soil down in here. The reason for that is because half of this I'm going to be just growing different things, like my other tomatoes and different things that I have over there. I want to do a raised bed strawberry bin, but I'm not sure. I might just grow them in here because it is off of the ground. So raised bed, you know, it's off the ground. But we'll see about that because I have a lot of wood. Either way, I'm going to put that here, stop it right there, or wherever this stops. Yes, I'm going to stop it right here. And then I'm gonna grow like carrots and potatoes and any root vegetables right there. On this side is gonna be root vegetables, so I'm gonna kind of separate it with maybe a line or some little sticks or something. Yeah, so this is what it is now. It looks absolutely great. The goal was to always have my raised beds done first, before I put down any rocks, any what else? Rocks, or try to grow any grass. We will be growing grass back there and filling in any patches and things like that. So I'm just picking up the stuff because the lawn maintenance is coming probably tomorrow if it doesn't rain. Well, they might come early in the morning, but either way, I just want him to be able to cut everything everything he sees, so there's going to be nothing kind of over here, so he can be able to weed eat and cut everything he possibly can. So, and those piles of leaves that are here, he's going to go around it, but I don't want him to go around it, so I'm going to try to pick up everything I can. Either way, this is a long video but that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.